Good day, family and friends. Today is election day here in the United States of America. If you're like me, you're tired, you have campaign fatigue, and you're just so glad that election day is here, not because you're looking forward to seeing who's the president for the most part, but you're actually just ready for everything to kind of stop and calm down for this a little bit. You're tired of the texts, you're tired of the phone calls, but here we are on election day, and I'm glad that you voted. If you did not vote, I wanted to make one more final plea to encourage you to go vote. Many areas here in Georgia, I know the polls are open from 7 a.m. in the morning to 7 p.m. So please make sure you cast your ballot. If you're not in the state of Georgia, please look up to see when your polling hours are. We want to make sure that we have full voter participation. Those who are registered to vote, please make sure you do allow your voice to be heard. As I was thinking about this particular video and making this video, I was thinking about a time when I picked up my daughter from daycare, and she was upset with me. She was upset with me because I picked her up while she was outside playing with her friends. But on our way home, I asked her, "What did you want to eat?" She then tells me that she's not hungry. And so I just keep on going. We go to the house, only for us to get home for her to finally tell me on the other side that I am hungry and she wanted something to eat. I want you to think about that story, and I want you to make sure you make that connection to that's what it looked like when you do not vote. You have a chance to participate in what you want and what you want the world to look like and what you want to see. And when you're given the opportunity, because you're upset, because of some of the past things that have happened, maybe things didn't work out the way that you wanted, maybe the person that you wanted to win a particular lesson didn't win, or when they did win, they didn't operate in the way that you thought they should. And so therefore, you hold your voice and you don't speak up about the things that you want. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to be encouraged to go vote. We have seen what has happened when we don't vote. One of the things I'm going to be honest with you about, I'm not ashamed, but we've seen what happened in 2016 when people sat home and did not vote, or they voted in protest, and Donald Trump ended up winning. Donald Trump won, therefore selected a couple of justices to the Supreme Court. Roe v. Wade is overturned. Affirmative action is rolled back a little bit, especially when it comes to our universities. Those things have impact. As a matter of fact, one of the first things that happen when you really understand how the government works, the first thing that they actually had an issue with, and in passing in both the Republican House and the Republican Senate, had trouble, if you will, coming up with an idea of how to actually pass the child health insurance program. This is the pro-life folk that could not pass a bill that actually protected children when they're born. Please do not have amnesia when it comes to voting. Understand and remember those things that happened. Remember the January 6th. Remember the many deaths that happened due to COVID-19 and the lack of action within our government at that particular time. One of the things to remember when the Trump-Pence administration went into office was they went after the Affordable Health Care Act. One of the things that they stripped away was the protection for those who had pre-existing health conditions. That gave the right for healthcare insurances to refuse coverage due to your pre-existing health conditions. That meant those with asthma, that meant those with cancer, that meant those who had some kind of pre-existing condition that the insurance company did not want to cover. They had the right to refuse that coverage. One of the things that the Biden-Harris administration actually reenacted or reapplied to the Affordable Health Care Act was the protection of those who had pre-existing conditions that no longer allow healthcare insurances to refuse you coverage. So keep that in mind as you go to the polls today. So please don't sit out, and please make sure your voice is heard. Do not sit in the back seat like my daughter did and not speak up about the things that you wanted. So please make sure you do go vote. Make sure you do vote down the ballot. Make sure you understand how the government works, and make sure you understand that you do need to vote. The more participation that we do have, the more we can actually have the country look like the way that most people actually want it to look. So please make sure you do go vote. I want to encourage you all to make sure, if you have a friend or if you have a family member. I've said before when I was speaking this weekend, if you have foes that used to be your friends, encourage them to go vote even, because this affects them. And we need to make sure that we have full participation. If you have an ex that you haven't talked to in a while, go ahead and talk to them. Make sure that they go vote. Just keep yourself safe. All right. So those are the things that we want to do. We want to encourage everybody to make sure that they go vote. Again, from a non-biased perspective, just go vote. Vote your interest. From a biased perspective, vote blue all the way down. Make sure you understand that Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz cannot do anything that are proposing and planning without the help of the Senate and the House. So you need to vote down the ballot to ensure that they have a good Congress that is going to support the things that you support. So therefore, if you are upset about the inflation that has taken place over the past couple of years, understand that the president was not doing anything, but that the corporations and CEOs did everything to increase their profits. So if you support, as she is proposing, the idea of regulating and punishing those corporations that are price gouging, whether it's at the pump or in the grocery stores, that is something that she is proposing. She cannot do it without the Congress. If you are in support of expanding Medicare, as I am also, that will provide healthcare and cover healthcare aid at home, that is something that she is proposing, and she cannot do it without the Congress. So make sure you vote down the ticket, down the ballot, and make sure you keep those in synchronization to the president, or even if you're voting for your governor, who's up under that, they are in sync with what the governor is going to do. And the same thing with your local municipalities. Make sure they're in sync with what that particular leader, if it's the county chair or the mayor, make sure they're in sync with what they're going to do. So again, please go vote, go vote, go vote. God bless you all.